What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So in today's video, here we have the Garp Challenge content with the brand new V2 Super Type Kaido. And man, this unit is a hell of a lot of fun, and you guys are going to see all of the bits and bobs of this unit. This guy's actually pretty awesome. You'll see some of the really cool things that he's able to do in this video today, and it's really awesome that we get to play around with a brand new quick captain, because a lot of the quick units aren't like really good as like dedicated quick captains for the Garp Challenge content, but now we have this unit. He makes Garp Challenge as a joke, so you guys are going to be seeing how he performs in this video today. But before we get into that, let's actually get to the breakdown of this unit, kind of talk about what he's able to do in regular play. So Kaido is a super quick character, driven powerhouse. His captain effect is going to boost quick by 4.5, and then he boosts them by 5 times in the turn that his special ability has been activated, which obviously will be quite good. He also will boost all other characters by 4x, so that's nice. You can still bring non-quick units and you'll get, still a little bit of a boost from that, which is great. And then boost all characters' health by 1.5, and then he has an added effect that says once he's taken 10,000 or more damage, he automatically launches his special ability, which obviously in turn makes him a 5 times captain during that turn. And it's really cool because, if you use his special ability and it does kill the enemy, and like hypothetically if you're running double Kaido, when you move into the next stage, because the other one didn't get activated in the previous turn, it will still launch it in the next turn. So that's pretty cool. You can like do some really nice things with this certain effects, right? Let's talk about his super type, right? So as a captain, you can launch his super type. You can activate it when his health is 50% or below, and when it is, you reduce damage threshold and damage reduction by 2 turns and deals 2 million fixed damage to one enemy, and then obviously you get the super quick typing. So a pretty awesome super type special that you can use to just get an instant nuke on one character is awesome. Plus it has added utility, which comes into play obviously in the Navy Garp challenges you guys are going to be seeing in this video today. Moving on though, his special ability, which my guy's fully limit break expanded here, so 12 turn max cooldown, says that he will double all damage taken on the enemies for 1 turn. So he inflicts the enemies with increased damage taken. It is an amazing special, and then also deals 1 million fixed damage to one enemy and changes all slots to matching. So because he activates the debuff first, when you launch the special on an enemy that will be inflicted with this debuff, it is guaranteed like 2 million fixed damage. It's actually not fixed damage, it's just 1 million flat damage, because enemy defense can actually play part in that. But he also will change all slots into matching, which is nice. He doesn't get rid of block orbs, unfortunately, but still, if you take 10,000 damage, he automatically launches his special ability and you just get a full board of slots. It's pretty awesome, right? So that's the breakdown of the brand new Kaido. This guy is an absolute monster, and like, have a look at his ink effect artwork. Probably one of the best ink effect artworks in the entire game, man. I'm very impressed with this unit, but now that we've talked about him, let's go ahead and actually get into the video with him challenging all of the 10-star difficulty Garp challenges. Alright, so taking this guy into Garp challenges, first of which is going to be versus Whitebeard. So with this team composition, a really cool thing about Kaido and the way that he works, right, is even if the preemptive damage, like the preemptive attack does damage to you, at the end of that preemptive, he's going to go ahead and launch that effect where he can activate his special ability, which works very well versus Kuriel on stage 2, because he inflicts you with 3 turns of attack down, and he also will cut your health, I believe it's by 30%, 20 to 30%, which in our HP pool is going to be enough to automatically launch the special, which will instantly kill him. Plus with page 1 support attached to Kaido, we can actually remove all turns of attack down just with that alone and moving on to the next stage. So great synergy there, and we'll move on to the next stage with a full board of matching slots as well due to the Kaido special activations. So that's awesome. But dude, I gotta say, if you're wanting to clear these quick Garp challenges, Kaido is your man. He does them so quickly and so efficiently, it is absurd. And yeah, we are using the Moby Dick ship in all 3 variations here, because with Kaido's super type special, in order to launch it, you have to be 50% or below. So with Moby Dick, it starts us off at 50% health, which is great. And for some of the other teams, you guys will see a little bit later on, having a healer on your team to just heal back a huge amount of health, it's so good. You got so much health to play with, and it means that if any of the enemies do a HP cut to you, it means that it will ultimately result in you launching your special ability, which is very useful for Kaido's sake. This stage can be typically quite annoying for a lot of teams, but luckily because of Kaido, we just tank a hit hit, and we just don't have to worry about it at all. Like, it's just absurd, the amount of damage that this Kaido just does for free. Very reminiscent of V1 Kaido in a way. You know, you can just allow the special ability to just carry you through content. It's not as bad as that, you know, it's not as easy, should I say, as that. You do still have to, you know, do normal attacks with Kaido, of course. But you guys will see when we get to the actual boss stage, it's going to be pretty impressive the way that we get the job done, of course. This stage against Jozu, we're going to be going ahead and using the Bobbin special to completely get rid of those defensive effects. Then we have the Shank Screw to give us an attack boost. We have the special to give us a chain lock, which can last multiple turns, and it means that we won't get inflicted with chain lock on the following stage. Also being able to just use one of the super types here as well to guarantee like a lot of damage towards the enemy is really nice to have. Obviously you can use the special a little bit earlier if you wanted to, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. We do have this really awesome Akainu, and I know a lot of people ask me, where do you even get this Akainu? Unfortunately, he's only available on like limited time banners. He's like one of those really special limited time rare recruits that only comes out like once every like freaking 12 to 18 months. He's a really good unit, and you know, he came out quite a long time ago in global, but still to this day one of the best limited time rare recruits in the game. And he basically gets rid of the attack down paralysis. He gives a guaranteed conditional boost. He's just a ridiculously good unit here. If you don't have him, you can just replace him with rare recruit Kaku. It'll still get the job done, no problems. But because of the normal attacks only that gets inflicted here on stage 6, we're just going to go ahead and stall one turn, move on to the final stage, so we can allow the Kaido special and super type to just do a lot of damage towards the enemy, which is just so good to see. And then, you know, Smoke is quite good because we can use the switch effect of Shank's Crew to give us an attack boost, and then with Smoker's special we get the orb boost from that, so we can get like essentially all of the boosts that we need. Full water matching slots with the Kaido special, no problems at all. So that's how Kaido's taken down the Whitebeard challenge. So I'll pick things up once we get to the Enel challenge. Moving on up to the Enel challenge. This team is going to be utilizing V2, Shirahoshi, and Mancherry for amazing healing capabilities, but looking back at it, they're not completely required. You can replace V2, Shirahoshi, and Mancherry with legit anything on this team. We got Sober Mask, who's a really nice addition here, because of course with them we can get the pudding support attached to him, which will remove the stun debuff on the final stage. However, one thing to note is if you do use the Sober Mask special on the final stage, you get the full board of tandem slots, and he will be under the fear debuff, which means those tandem slots are not counted as beneficial. So you do want to keep a Kaido special ready for that final room just to ensure that you get a full board of matching slots. We also have Karasu, which is going to be great for getting rid of the special bind on our team because he does have fear resistance. Mine is at fear resistance level 3, so having that is quite important for this team to actually work. And we do have Okiku as well. Okiku is like another unit that I just decided to put on the team just because. You can replace it with like pretty much any other unit though. Definitely not a requirement at all. So like Shirahoshi, Mancherry, and Okiku can be replaced with like other boosters or healers or orb manipulators, just anything that really gets the job done, because like Kaido himself kind of does most of the heavy lifting throughout most of this fight here, which is really dope. So we get inflicted with burn on this stage, so you typically have to take quite a long time to get through it. But you know, unfortunately the thing is after the turn ends, the enemy's barrier does go up, and then it will launch the Kaido effect, because it would have been awesome if you were able to launch it before the enemy puts up the barrier again. but it doesn't really make too much difference. It just means every single turn we still get a full board of matching slots, which is really, really good. And this stage right here against Whitebeard, we do get hit with a health cut, which of course enables us to use the Kaido special. And like right before the Kaido special is launched, you can actually change your target. So in this instance, I wanted to get rid of that quick enemy because obviously we don't have type advantage against him. So we kill him, and then the other special launches against Whitebeard, which gives us like heaps and heaps of damage here to just go ahead and kill. I mean, like another really good unit you could use on this team would be like Shank's crew, for example. That would just, you know, generate an attack boost every single turn. Probably would be faster, honestly, looking back at it. And this stage is also quite annoying as well, because if you don't take down this yellow enemy first, after one turn, it gives you like 4 turns of attack down. So that's obviously a really, really bad thing. So we can just go ahead and use a super type, do a lot of damage towards him. It's like 2 million damage guaranteed against him. And then at that point, he's nearly dead. So we can just go ahead and do normal attacks, and he's dead from there, which is awesome. So yeah, once again, like Shank's crew actually would be perfect here, because you're just generating an attack boost every single turn. Yeah, that would be a great addition to this team. But another thing that I really like about Shirahoshi Mancherry is the fact that we have access to the swap effect, which can get rid of bind. So we get inflicted with bind on stage 6. And I guess that's another reason why we brought Okiku, because we do have the Kanjuro support attached to Okiku, which gets rid of the bind on stage 2. So I guess, you know, having the ability to use those supports or switch effects that can get rid of those really annoying debuffs is really, really useful to have. But once again, you know, we only need one Kaido special for the final room, because, you know, we want to make sure we have a full board of matching slots. I mean, we have Shirahoshi Mancherries to do that as well, but luckily the enemy actually has a, what do you call it, a immunity, delay immunity, so we actually do inflict them with the increased damage taken. So it's essentially at this point like a guaranteed like 2 times attack boost against them. You can use Kaido special again, as I do here, more damage against them, no problems. Final stage, launch all the specials, and it's GG. So no problems at all with this team clearing the Enel Garb challenge. So once again, we'll pick things up once we get to the Navy Garb challenge. Moving on to the final Garb challenge of the video is going to be versus Navy, which in my opinion is the most difficult of the 3. But really interestingly, this team is pretty crazy. You know, we have 6 Sugo Fest exclusives. Now, it's a little bit funky. You could probably optimize it a little bit better by putting a couple of other stronger units or just changing some units around. But I was actually using this on stream. This was the first team I come up with on stream, and even though this time around, now that I've used specials in different orders or used different effects, I have changed it around a little bit, but this is the exact same team that I come up with from the get-go, and it just works straight away. So it's interesting because we have Legend Sugar as a sub on this team, and she's actually pretty important for one of the stages that you guys will see a little bit later on. I am actually using Quick Gear 4 Luffy, which I haven't used in such a long time, but there is a good reason for him being used on this team, and that is because of his really, really cool effect, which for 3 turns can treat recovery in tandem as beneficial to our team. Because on stage 4, which is versus the Smoker stage, we get inflicted with a 99 turn debuff, which makes tandem slots non-beneficial to our team. So by having an effect we can use prior to entering that stage, we can just avoid that debuff altogether, which is awesome. And obviously having Kaido super type, as you guys would have just seen, it removes 2 turns of Threshold. Now, Threshold does have to be removed twice throughout this fight, and in both occasions, it's only 2 turns of Threshold. So we can save both Kaido super types for whenever there's Threshold on the enemy side of the field, and that's going to guarantee us the ability to just remove it off of the enemy. So we don't have to bring a unit on our team to be like a dedicated unit to get rid of that Threshold. So that's a huge, huge benefit that this particular team has over, you know, any other team, any other quick team against this challenge here, which is good. The switch effect of Shirahoshi Manshuri coming in clutch again with the Rayleigh support to get rid of the Bind and Despair. So that's awesome. Supermask Special is great for an attack boost, of course. And one really good thing about the Navy challenge that I've touched up on in a couple of my videos you guys would have seen over the time is the fact that on stage 6 against Fujitora, that once Fujitora is taken care of, you actually have like 9 free turns of stall there. So that's going to be really, really useful for a lot of teams where you don't really want to be going ahead and moving on to the final stage where, you know, you don't have any specials ready to go, because the boss stages can be a little bit finicky. So being able to just launch all of your specials a little bit earlier on, stall for them a little bit later on, and then move on to the final stage with your specials back is really, really nice. So in this instance here, we're going to be using the Kaido special, which, you know, obviously doesn't do anything for our team here because the enemy actually has a full debuff immunity. So the main reason why we're launching it here is because, number 1, it gives us a full board of matching slots, and number 2, we have Legend Smoker as a support attached to him, which means that our quick units will be receiving a 1.75 times attack boost. That partnering up with the Sugar special is going to be enabling us to get pretty good damage output against the enemy here. And when we use the Sugar special, we're doing it in a way where we don't actually make the friend captain into a toy, because we're going to be using the Kaido special in the following turn, because with a full board of quick units here that have a matching slot plus the attack boost plus the Sugar chain, it actually is just enough to get the kill against Kizaru, which is pretty surprising. And then with that, we can use the Kaido special on Fujitora. We get the damage from Kaido special alone. We actually do inflict him with the 2 times increased damage taken because he doesn't have a full immunity buff. And then we get the full board of slots once again. We have the chain of Sugar once again. So all of this together is actually giving us enough damage to kill him. Plus, Sugar and her toy soldiers avoid the debuff, the tap timing debuff, where you can only attack with like a certain amount of units per turn. So that's a really good reason why Sugar's great here. But essentially, once we reach the final stage with our specials active, it's just GG, because all of our specials are ready to go. We can take him down, and on the revive, where he inflicts Threshold to himself once again, we can use the super type of Kaido to remove it, and then just kill him. So that's awesome. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today, utilizing the brand new V2 super type Kaido, an absolute beastly unit. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.